Ooh, we are close. I look mean right now.
This is the Game 4 press conference featuring the UCLA Bruins. We're joined by student athletes Anna Vines and Rachel Garcia. Questions for our student athletes? Duck Wynn.
Hi, this is Sufina Wynn with the LA Times with a question for Rachel. Obviously, you didn't have Megan with you today because she's going through her injury. What was kind of your reaction to hearing that Megan wouldn't be able to be with you guys to start this tournament? And how are you approaching this World Series knowing that you won't be having her in the bullpen with you, at least for now?
I just think as a team we have to take it day by day and focus on us. I mean, obviously there's some outside noise going on, but as long as we keep it within the team and taking one pitch at a time, one day at a time, one game at a time, we're going to be just fine. Megan's going to be with us in spirit.
Ronald Smith.
Yes, my name is Ronald E. Smith, and my question is for Rachel. Rachel, in the sixth, you faced trouble with 1 out, runners with 2 outs, runner on second, and your coach came up to talk to you. In that moment, what was she speaking to you in the moment, trying to calm you down and get the team ready for the moment to get out the inning?
It's not necessarily a heightened situation for us. I mean, I know my team's going to have my back. I mean, obviously, Anna Vines and Brie Perez making those phenomenal plays behind me gives me the confidence, knowing that in any situation, whether it's runner in scoring position, 2 outs, like I know my team's going to have my back. But Coach Lisa just came out there to make sure that we were just focusing on us, getting back on track, getting after the next batter.
Oral Smith.
Hi, my question is for Anna. Obviously, you had 2 hits today. One of them scored the first run, and they were the first hits, I believe, of your career at the Women's College World Series. How did it feel to be able to do that and help your team out?
It felt really good. Honestly, I was just thinking about my team, trying to put the ball in play and allow Kinsley to either get to third or possibly score. But I knew that if it wasn't going to be me, then my teammates would have my back. So it was fun, but I knew that it wasn't such a big situation because I knew I had my teammates' backs.
Wynn.
With another question for Anna, what was the atmosphere like playing in front of these fans for the first time? You watched it from the sideline before to get out on that field this time. How did that compare?
It was amazing. I mean, we talked about this all year. This is, our goal. But I think, obviously, with COVID and at least us for our stadium, we weren't really allowed to have, people in the stands. So it was just awesome to have my family and, the Bruin family be there.
Rachel, you touched a little bit about defense, and you don't get hit hard very often, but when you do and you have Anna and Brianna making plays like that for you, how much confidence does that give you?
It gives me a lot of confidence, and I'm sure all pitchers can say the same. When your defense is making those outstanding plays, it pumps you up as a pitcher. And, I mean, Anna Vines with that play up the middle, oh my gosh, that fired me up. And then Bree's diving play at the end. I mean, it's those moments that makes this ending very special.
And Anna, what did it mean to you to contribute both offensively and defensively in a big win for the Bruins?
It means a lot. I just want to do it for my team. I want to put our team in the best position to win in any way that I can. So it was awesome to be able to do that in defense and offense.
All right, ladies, that's all for our student athletes. Rachel, Anna, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now joined by head coach Kelly Inoue Perez. Questions for Coach?
No questions, huh?
Coach, I'll start you off, Coach. So is that why Kirk Walker is at third base? Would you have made that send as well? That was a great read on his part, and obviously great base running on Kinsley's part.
Yeah, I think it's part of our style of play. I mean, definitely Florida State has a style of play where they're aggressive, and actually we're the same. And we focus on that. He has great experience at third base. He knows the game, and he knows our runners. So that was a great opportunity to take advantage of a miscue, and it paid out for a run, a big run.
Go to Win from the LA Times.
Hi, Coach. Maya Brady and Anna Vines both had big debuts in their first World Series action. How impressed are you with their maturity on this big stage?
I mean, huge. Maya Brady, she's always dangerous when she comes to the plate. But if you really look at, I told the team afterwards, every single one of my hitters made an adjustment tonight. So I'm really proud. I mean, Lainey Wiz, it's her first time also on the stage, and her ability to make adjustments. But I think that's the strength of our team, is to be able to, you may fail in the beginning, but then your ability to adjust and get better is awesome. But for those new Bruins, and we said this, we're here to create memories, and those are some pretty special memories for those girls for the first time being here in Oklahoma City.
Oral Smith.
Yeah, Coach, you talked, as you mentioned, about having some players, this is their first time. How do you and the more experienced players talk to them and, keep them from getting a little too energetic or too low during these kind of games?
I'm gonna say, we have experience in this. There's been some big moments, and once again, I credit the Pac-12. There's some big moments. If you watch those games, it comes down to critical moments, just like this. Obviously, the World Series, this is the biggest stage that you can play on, but we take those moments, we slow the game down, we have something to go to, and the biggest part of it is recognizing when it gets kind of big or when things start going fast, and we have things to be able to dial in and check back in with each other, how to slow the game down, and be able, it allows you to be able to play your best ball if you can slow down and really find your feet, take a big deep breath, and go. And we took a bunch of those tonight. We had to slow it down. We had to make sure we could get to the next pitch because it was a little frustrating on how we came out. And they came out and executed their game plan, and we didn't. But it's not how you start. It's definitely how you finish. And I love how this team finds a way to make adjustments, their will to win, and their ego aside to do whatever it takes to be able to win a ball game. And we got to see that literally 1 through 9. Everybody made an adjustment tonight. Super proud.
Graham Hayes.
Hi, Coach. I'm curious, this is a short week for all teams coming here to Oklahoma City. Did you have time to work on anything defensively specifically, or do you just kind of trust the team coming off last weekend to do what they know how to do defensively?
We actually got here on Monday, and we were able to train a couple days, but that's what the entire season's for, right? The journey allows you to learn as much as you can, and we've been able to see, I think we saw one of the best, if not the best, rise ball pitcher in the Super Regional. Keeley was a great pitcher, which allowed us to really make adjustments on that rise ball. And we've seen some great drop balls. I believe Gabby Plain has a great drop ball, and we have pitchers that throughout the pack that have allowed us the backdoor curve. So there's experience that we gain through the journey of the season. And, for us, we have to trust that we're prepared. And that's probably the biggest thing, is trust that you can recognize a pitch and that you can make an adjustment. And for us, we call it one shot. You can't train for one type of pitcher, because in a tournament like this, we got to turn it around tomorrow and play Alabama. And that is a completely different pitcher than what we just faced tonight. But that comes, once again, to the experience we gain throughout a season. It's not something you learn right here in the last week.
Ronald Smith.
This is Ronald E. Smith. Coach, you brought up about staying in the game, because during the first 4 innings, it was very close, no score. And then you talked about slowing the game down. So I would love for you to elaborate more about that, because once you guys did score, you did go out to the mound and talk to Rachel and just try to calm everyone down when it got a little hot. So what did you do in that moment to get them out of it?
It's once again, it's getting back to trusting that they are prepared. We do physically take deep breaths to be able to kind of get back into just feeling good about where you are. We have a thing called Bruin Magic, and that's really just redirecting our focus back to being centered and being in the here and now and being present, instead of worrying about bad at-bats. We dumped all our bad at-bats before we put some runs on the board. We dumped them. And we got, no one really got focused on what we needed to do. We just stuck to the process and really trusted it. And that's when the adjustments started coming. So we started to put ourselves in a position to have better at-bats, but we had to dump the old ones, forget about where we were in the game, and start getting to the present and trust that we're prepared for this. And that's, I was proud. Offensively, we did it. Defensively, we did it. Rachel clearly got, balls got put in play, but then she put herself in a position to finish strong. And that's what you have to do at this point of season. You have to have a short-term memory, be able to catch yourself, redirect, and get back to doing what you're prepared to do. And you got to see that from both the offense and the defense tonight. Super proud of the entire team for being able to have the experience to slow it down and get back to what we do best. That's what we call UCLA brand softball.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for
Absolutely.
your time. Appreciate it very much.
Thank